Hello. Welcome again to Ace Attorney. We are today initialize the first episode of Trial and Tribulation. Wait, what? Sorry, I could not be bothered to read. It goes so fast, sometimes I just losing the conversation and it just takes away from the thing. Feel free to read it. Anyway, we are today in some sort of flashback, as you can see. As you say, it's 5 years ago, I think. Here's when Mia was still alive. As you can see, we're impersonating here in the first trial of today. But it's funny timing, kind of nervous. Go back! Good morning. Oh, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know? What are you talking about? Relax, Miss Grosberg. Look at me and relax. Let go of my lapels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm sorry, I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I'm Marvin Grosberg. At your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me. What? With your earnest request last night. Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcibly too. I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean. What? You already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that. You see, I mean, of course I have a think. Oh dear. In any case, don't let your client see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's your client. Well, our client. Huh. It looks someone we know. Yes, he's Phoenix. Young Phoenix. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say I'll give it all I got. Yep, I'll be fine. No problem. Achoo? No, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Right. Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. Yes, I have a cold, that's what this mask's for. Coronavirus. Coronavirus. My dog says his way I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright. Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. Only your innocency. If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please, let go of my shirt. Cough. What? That's right, he's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in the court was a year ago. What was it? But that trial traumatized me so badly I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's the one about Misty Faye. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time, I'm going to win. For my client and for myself. Alright, I need to get a sip of glass of water. So it'll be some sort of tutorial. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is also ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey? Was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? Why the eye is there? Looks some sort of eye patch. I don't know. That's weird. I was under the impression Marvin Gruesbeck was to be leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, things happen. Miss Corbett had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you? Yes, well, you're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. You have to cover the eye. Of course, Your Honor, I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement? Well. Can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl, it will be over soon. What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. Ivy University? Really? Are we going there? The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. Swallow? Okay. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology? He sounded like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defender, who had obviously bungled his getaway, then they called the police. That certainly makes the defender look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. Sagacity? The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Huh? What do you mean, huh? Oh, right. It's a tutorial, right? A simple question I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I'm a genteel man, if you will. Genteel? A what? A what? Turn up to him, yeah, show him what you're made of. A perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The course. Go on. Please say you much I know at least that much. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. My hemorrhoids are being to act up. Now see here. The details of the are filled under the law record, but you knew that already, didn't you? Oh yes, I knew it all already, yeah. All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a hard look at everything carefully before you answer, my dear. Yes sir, I'll just do that, yes? Also stay calm, I can let the prosecutor get the better of me. The court record, okay, let's take a look. Just press stab here. Stab. Now then, would you, the attorney for defense, please answer the question. What was the cause of death? Electrocution. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock, in other words, electrocution. What the fuck? Dingy. How could such a thing happen? Did the murder use some type of new superpowered stun gun, perhaps? Yes. A well-known as called railgun. This is probably the number 5th on the studio universe. Okay, too much information. No, never. I'm not gonna say anything about a certain index box. A box index? A certain index? A certain magical index, I think was the title. Anyway, the answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue. What is it? What's that? Why? Motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? What do you mean? Oopsie doopsie. I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shall be stealing your spotlight like this? I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know? The rookie killer? Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? This time I would like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, our weapon can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and shove it into old grey beard's face. Yes, sir. Into old grey beard's face. Miss Grusberg. I'm mildly offended by that. Could you set a better example of the young lady? Me, I mean, just ignore him. Just ignore him. Me, evidence isn't the only thing called record. People's profile are also as well. Can talk about the profiles and evidence we have, so be sure to put over. Now then, let's see what you got. What was the cause of bad blood between Phoenix and Wright at the victim? They actually tell you can check the profile. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. His character is very important. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on the list this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant's Phoenix Wright. Girlfriend? You may be telling me his ex-girlfriend. But I was thinking about 8 months ago. She was with the victim, Mrs. Swallow. Swallow? Why? Swallow. Swallow. Anyway, clearly, she has some part to play in this story. He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne, please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. Okay. And the defendant himself, well, Miss Pay, it's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. I feel like we may gonna have some obstacle to encounter because it's Phoenix as a witness. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh yes, my name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. No, he means what do you do before you were arrested? Oh, achoo. I was a university student. But I didn't do it. I mean, I'll tell you. I'm telling you I was... Well, will the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold or coronavirus to the rest of us? It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well done, Mr. Wright. Please tell us about the relationship to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. My idea was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. Hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. British wannabe? It was British? Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. Of you, it looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know? Too naive. Huh? Seems that you forgot the one small thing, young lady. And that will be... His witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? He's right, and it is the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if the witness' testimony contains any contradiction. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statement will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he is your client in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now, that there was a lie or contradiction? Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Faye. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. Oh, he's definitely lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Oh, he's definitely lying. I know that for a fact. Mr. Wright, you said it the following in your testimony. Hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right, I mean, would I even? But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why you would say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Oh. Well, Mr. Wright! No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is that you knew that the victim was, a British wannabe? Yes, well... I was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Really? That is your info? Okay, what do I do? I press it? Actually, I don't recall what info I have. Do I present it? Objection! Are you certain you saw Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure it was right there on his back. Miss Faye, is there some point in this line of questioning? Not really, actually. But just telling to the word that Phoenix Wright is a fucking liar. The young Phoenix Wright is a bloody liar. Your Honor, please take a look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely no fucking logo on the bloody jacket. There's absolutely nothing on the victim back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. Oh, okay. The Union jacket was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was real the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You have no idea that at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lied to me. Punch you the fucking thing. Mia, you made our client cry. I'll do it again. Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. He's standing for pussy, I don't know. Peach stand for pussy. Pussy joke. trying to kill our own. It was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's life. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Did not? Are you sure about that? Oh, did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... What's the medicine that you took? An over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer XXXXX? Yeah, that's right. It kills good. Hey, wait a second. How do you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? You happen to have the medicine with you right now, aren't you? It's fucking believable. Sorry, something come up. Well, actually seem to have lost it somewhere. Your medicine? He lost it. Does this even have anything to do with the case? Of course he has to do with the bloody case. He was asking for it. Shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. What's this? Ooh, in the victim's hand. It's... the cold killer. Yes, but even I got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer belongs to. How do we know that? Especially since Mr. Wright fingerprints all over it. Of course. Right. As he's murdering his time, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of a medicine. Picked up? Done by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand. Hid it? That's a strong word. His purpose in doing so can only be to identify his killer as Phoenix. Order in court. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo at the bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept it. Will accept them into the record. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Okay, that's interesting. Broken? Yes, it ceased function when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any? Do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? No, not really. They're really bad. My buttocks, my poor hemorrhoids. Berg. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind the building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. Been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the incident. Accident? He's right. That's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. Forgive me if I say hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright. Don't tell me any more lies. We're gonna find more lies? Yes, we're gonna find more lies. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there right on time. Right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals? Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. An alchemist? I see. I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Oh ho ho ho. How fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for more details. About the pharmacology department? I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much though. A little bit early in your testimony, you say something very interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure looks dangerous. They use non-standard voltage, so there's a high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. There are voltage cables overhead around the roof. Okay, finally I think we're getting somewhere. Are we? We talk for a bit and then around. I'm trying to. Sorry. Bit of an accident. I keep saying accident. I don't know why. What did you do for lunch? Huh? What does they have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat Dolly. Dolly's homemade lunches. Oh, sorry. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Punching. Huge. Why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm sorry. I just feel like hurting someone all of a sudden. I think that's enough for now. So the defender and the victim met on approximately the time of that. Okay, and then the defender returned to the scene for the unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? You already lied us once, why you shouldn't lie us twice? I knew it was too much work for a little girl. However, there is one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor? How the murder was carried out, of course. But how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? But that is, you are correct, Your Honor. How exactly Mrs. Swallow was killed? If you could somehow establish how it was done, maybe it could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Your Honor? Yes, Miss Faye, I believe that you were to piece together everything we heard up until now. We should be able to solve the mystery of how Mrs. Swallow died. That will be most impressive. I don't have the energy to make fake laugh, to be honest. Quite a brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to sustain their arguments with evidence. Of course I know. Actually, I had totally forgotten about that. Ow, Mia. My god, this is... I know it's a tutorial, but Jesus. Okay, let's see what you got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. What's this one? As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. Okay. What? Isn't this? There is nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. Come on, seriously. Seriously? Are you serious? I'm afraid the fans is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly the photo? And this murder weapon. Well, naturally, it's right here. Okay. That's... What is that? A severed electrical cable. I believe, Your Honor. From the testimony we heard, the machines that pharmacology students using their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So then the high voltage cable. Yes, The high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is most likely explanation. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Was a trap all along. Don't toy with me, old man. No. The victim cause of that may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was, nonetheless, the defendant. Well, that much is certainly true. Yes, and that's not all we have proof. There is little proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was indeed the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. On the cable? Fingerprints? You mean the defendant's fingerprints were onto something beside the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. As you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. Ah, you mean... Yes, it was quite clear and printed on the chest area of the victim's jacket, the palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. In time of murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severe electrical cable. Order. That's enough. I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we are done. Mr. Crossberg, my hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor? This time I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. You have something further to add, Mr. Fate? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth, the whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney, you can trust me. Miss Faye, no matter what it is, you have to say it. I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end. I already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Tough cough. Wait a minute. Miss Wright, I'll tell you what I really happened. I'll tell you what really happened. I already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further. I did it. I admit that I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Dawes swallows that. Hey, it's not your bad. Whatever. Oh my gosh, this is like... I'm telling you for your own sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. Flashback. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. I should have put like the sound of it. Well, he just confessed, so what you just said was the truth. Yes, I was afraid that I've told the truth. Everyone will think I was the murderer for sure. Well, I still couldn't stand. We are absolutely convinced you are. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time as well, tell the whole truth. I'll be okay, wanted, Miss Faye. I believe in you. Oh, thank you? I still can't believe that he really did push the victim. It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. Really? The Harlem Shake? This game is from... Where was this game from? What reference is this? The one that was invented Harlem Shake? 2013? 12? I cannot recall. I'm too old for this shit. The guy. He was talking about Dolly. So you pushed him with a come. Lost my temper and gave him a shove. You pushed him to fucking hell, how? At the moment I heard some kind of loud noise. With a while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there dead. Well, to explain is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Valve flew back and touched the electric cable. He died from the shock, and as they say it is that? A simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Away from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, I would have noticed it. That's true, even a duffus like him couldn't miss that. Miss Faye, let me warn you right now, if your cross-examining doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. Don't give up. If he's innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. You're making my job very hard, Mr. Phoenix Wright. A loud noise. What would I say loud noise was said, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. I was like, snap. You know, come to think of it, I wonder what was that. Probably the cable falling. Clearly, Your Honor. It was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. Yo, you're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm turning on some dangerous ground. Ask for more details. It's right that loud noise you heard may be extremely important, so try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Could it have been? Yes, could it have been? Hurry up and tell us. When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella when he was... Oh my god. When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. Oh, you just see him falling? He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard. An umbrella, huh? And did the umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail, kinda like the owner. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. Miss Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now? Well, of course it's important. This is it, Mia. The information I've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered to the testimony. How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy ploy. The court agrees to the defense request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. After I shoved him... Okay. So, if you see the picture here... Objection! He's not on the umbrella. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecutor's argument earlier. What do you mean by that? Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on the top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, he's by the electrical pole. You're absolutely right! The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell, in other words. After he was pushed by the defendants, Mr. Swallow was still alive. Order! 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 The victim had moved. There's a paint umbrella in this photo. Where it is now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. Well, they presented as evidence immediately. But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. But I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment. No! I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution case by the defendant's testimony. Well done, yeah? Mr. Payne, what you are chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. It seemed I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. I really don't follow what you're saying. Let me guess. You have another witness. Exactly. And his witness testimony will be incontrovertible. Well, who is this witness? Miss Dalla Hawthorne. Talia Hawthorne? Huh? You don't meet Dolly? I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. What? I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. The flip. Love it. Bad news. You're gonna be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. I'm gonna bitch slap that bitch. You can't be serious. Mia, what do you mean by that? I think it is a good point for us to stop at Cole. Cole will enter an 20 minutes recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm stumbling a lot of words and kind of noticing. It's kind of very annoying. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in that, Mr. Wright. Yeah, so I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next victim is my Dolly, right? She saved me. I just know she will. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life. That's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side anyway. One day, she and I just bumped out into each other in the greeting room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. Yes, fate. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was one for me. One for you? Were you? Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave me these to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day too. But then, she took it off, but before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. So she gave it to you as a present, I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, right? It makes me so happy. Show it to everyone I met. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Wordle. Anyway, so after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. Wait, what? What a stranger girl asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, would that happen to have been on August 27, wouldn't it? Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you... This happened on August 27, right here in this courthouse. What's this, a newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see what that... Oh, I see. Yeah, I think I understand what you're trying to say. I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some connection between these two cases, I'm correct. Why they all have to be interlooped to each other? I hope you don't mind, Mr. Groovesberg. I need to finish this myself. Oh yes, but I'm afraid that you have to will. What you have to will not be enough, my dear. I'll go have a look into downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. You better get moving. I guess so. The recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes though. And for me it seems so much shorter. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand the web episode. It's gonna get crazier. Very crazier. Hope you enjoy. Leave a like and then whatever, subscribe. Whatever. Whatever. Subscribe, goddammit. Whatever. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.